Hi there, this is Mrs. Chabot. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about percent increase and decrease problems, which is one of the types of word problems that you saw in section 2.2. So basically all of them are going to be set up the same way. So when you have an original cost or an original amount, whatever type, you'd want to add whatever the increase is, or subtract whatever the decrease is to give you the new price or the new amount in general. So in most cases, you would let X be the original price, or like I said, original amount of whatever it is. So then when you want to find the increase or decrease, well, think of what you would do if you knew something costed $100,000 and you wanted to take 6% of that. You would multiply $100,000 times 0.06, right? You want to take the percent of whatever that original price is. So you would take, for the increase or decrease, that would be the percent, you'll write it in decimal form, times the original amount, and that will give you the new amount. Okay. All right. So for instance, let's see if you can read this example. All right, I don't think it's too blurry. The price of a home was just decreased by 6% if the decreased price is $83,660. Find the original price of the home. So I'll let the original price of the home be called X. So in this case, decrease would be 6%, let me write that down, 6% of the original, so of X. So that would be 0.06 times X. So that would be my decrease. Okay, so I'm going to take the original amount, which is X. In this case, we're decreasing, so it'd be minus 0.06X, which would equal the new price, which in this case is $83,660. And this is basically how you'll set up any percent increase or decrease, right? So it's the original, either plus or minus, depending on if it's increase or decrease. The percent times the original, which is X, equals your new amount or your new price. Or if it were something with tax, you'd add the percent times the original price, and that would equal your price with tax. So this is basically how you set it up in either case. And let's just finish it up to review the algebra. So notice here I have 1x minus 0.06x. So you have two choices here. You could find 1 minus 0.06 and do it that way to get like terms. Or you could clear the decimals right now by multiplying both sides by 100. So really, whichever you prefer. At some point, you're going to be getting rid of the decimals anyway. So I'll do that. So that will give me 100x minus 6x equals 83660, and now with another two zeros. Okay, so now it's easier to combine like terms. 100x minus 6x gives me 94x equals 8,366,000. And then I still need to divide both sides by 94. Now, if you have read all the course information, you know that I have told you not to use a calculator while you're practicing because you will not be able to use a calculator when you're taking the proctored test. So if you're using a calculator earlier in the course, you are going to be very, very unhappy when you're taking the proctored tests, which are a very big part of your grade. So make sure you keep practicing with your arithmetic. So this looks like it's going to be unpleasant to do without a calculator, but let's take a closer look. I'm going to do 94 into 83660, Well, how many times do we think 94 goes into 836? So you should say probably 8 or 9. Um, if I, let's say, try 9, let's see what that gives me. Get rid of that. So if I do 94 times 9, that would give me 846, which is a little too big. So I say, okay, it must be 8. So I'd find 8 times 94, or 94 times 8. And let's see what that gives me. And that's 752. Okay, so that's much better. So I multiply, now I'll subtract to get 84. And if I bring down the 6, notice that gives me 846, which I saw just a moment ago. I know 94 goes into 846 exactly 9 times, because 9 times 94 is 846. So now I have a 0, and I didn't copy enough zeros earlier, but you know what? I'm going to leave what I have. 94 into 0 gives me this, and then 94 into 0 gives me this. Now, you should look back and make sure your answer makes sense. So if I say that my answer is 8,900, remember X represents the original price of the home, I should say, no, I do not like that answer. Let me go back and look at my work. So my algebra looks okay, but if I look at my arithmetic, I see that I didn't copy the number correctly. I am missing a 0 right here. So I actually have another 0 right here. So what I should have gotten is 89,000. Okay, so X was the original price of the house. $89,000 for the original price of the house. It does sound really good. If I take 6% of this, and you know, when you're doing your homework, you could check with a calculator. You can take, 6% of 89,000, right? Multiply it by 0.06, see what you get, and if you subtract it from that 89,000, make sure that we do in fact get $83,660 as the decreased price. Okay, so again, this is how you would do it for a decrease problem. If you have an increase problem, like I said, such as adding tax, you would do something very similar. You'd add the tax rate times the sale price to get the price with tax. Okay, so I hope this helped, and have a good day.